Christopher, good morning to you, and Shadow Infrastructure and Transport Minister Anthony Albanese, who joins us from Melbourne. Anthony, good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
How'd you get to Melbourne?
How'd I get to Melbourne? On a plane.
Private flight?
I'm here for the Australia-US Leadership Dialogue, here with ministers from, obviously, Australian government ministers and shadow ministers, business leaders, members of Congress and the House of Representatives from the US. It's an example. I wish I'd woken up in my own bed this morning. It's an example of travel that we have to do.
All right, and travel that you obviously have to pay for as well. Let's get on to that. Did you contact Christopher, a colleague, and instruct them to go easy on Tony Burke?
Well, I don't see any great benefit to having a running commentary on MPs' travel. We have a root and branch inquiry into MPs' spending, into the entitlements or the taxpayer fund of resources that we need to do our job. So having a constant, ongoing discussion about it's hardly in anybody's interest.
Well, the public's talking about it. The public want answers and they want it to stop. So that's got to be.
Well, what do they want to stop? MPs doing their job?
Well, no, MPs are breaching entitlement rules, well, or actually just claiming stuff that they shouldn't be.
Well, have they breached the entitlement rules? I mean, Bronwyn Bishop should never have taken a helicopter from Melbourne to Geelong, clearly. But that actually wasn't a breach of the rules. So that's why Tony Abbott's called a root and branch review of the entitlements rules to see what we need to do to make them within community expectations. You know, Tony Burke, all the stories about Tony Burke, so far, none of them have been in breach of the rules. So, you know, if the rules are the rules and people stay within them, you can't then criticise them. So let's have a proper, full discussion about it rather than taking pot shots at
OK, in 2013, you charged taxpayers over $7,000 to fly your family business class from Adelaide to Canberra.
That's right.
Confirmed?
Yeah, for the opening of Parliament.
OK.
Because I'm the Leader of the House, I'm a new Cabinet Minister, it's the opening of Parliament, my 4 children joined me in Canberra.
OK, do you think it's acceptable that your kids fly business class?
Well, that's within the rules. That's the usual procedure. Somebody rings up to book them in, they book them in business class.
So you think it's excessive?
They are the rules.
Yeah.
You know, they fly business class to come to Canberra to be part of their dad's job, to see the opening of Parliament. I'm the Leader of the House. I don't think that is an unfair thing for them to do. Whether they fly business class or economy, when my staff rang up the booking agency to book them in, the procedure is to book them in business class.
OK, so how many other flights would your family have taken?
I don't study it closely. The truth is, if they're coming to join me doing my job, then that's within the rules.
The point is that they maybe should have been flying economy. It's a waste of taxpayer money.
Sometimes they fly economy, sometimes they fly business class.
How many flights were there?
Well, on that occasion, to come to Canberra for the opening of Parliament, there were 4 kids, 4 flights.
But how many others are there? Was some occasions economy, some occasions business?
I don't have any other children, so I don't know how many other flights there would have been.
We're talking about flights here, flying economy or...
I hope I don't have any other children I don't know about. Well, I've been in Parliament 22 years.
It's a lot. Anthony...
If somebody goes and finds allegations of me misusing the entitlements, present them to me and I'll respond.
OK.
But I have not asked my staff to go back through all my travel over the last 22 years and justify every trip.
And you won't be paying any of that back?
No.
OK.
Because they're all within the rules.
You
can go, but Tony Burke should probably resign after asking Bronwyn Bishop to resign, right?
Not at all.
Why not?
Because there's been no breach of the rules here. And to go to Christopher's example, that I think's a good one that you raised, I think it is a fantastic thing that his kids got to see him sworn in as a Cabinet Minister and Leader of the House of Representatives. Those kids aren't going to see their dad this morning.
That's fine, but why should we pay for it? Why should we pay for politicians' kids to fly business class to Canberra to see that? Just pay it out of your own pocket.
No, the point is, in terms of, it is not, I don't believe, unreasonable that Christopher's kids were there to see him sworn in, just as the day that I was sworn in as Deputy Prime Minister, my son was there, along with my wife. It's a proud moment in our family. It's part of, in terms of dealing with the issues that families have.
OK, so I understand all of it, but you're all on the same side now. You've all joined up now because you don't want any further focus on what you've done, right?
No,
but you do accept that it needs to be cleaned up.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I understand that, but you don't pass the pub test, do you?
But I'm not going to pretend that I did something wrong.
No, I understand, but you've got to know that it doesn't pass the pub test, does it?
I think it does pass the pub test.
How can it pass the pub test taking your kids business class to Canberra?
I've been in Parliament 22 and a half years. If my children come to Canberra to see me being sworn in as a Cabinet Minister, Leader of the House for the opening of Parliament, that is entirely justifiable.
One final word from you, Anthony. You standing by what Chris is saying as well. So love him.
Oh, no. Look, I think what Christopher's saying is there's a root and branch review. Let's get that done at arm's length from the politicians. Okay. This review will make recommendations. They should be implemented. They should look at what community expectations are, and then the rules should be followed.
Well, normally you're against each other. Today you're in bed together.
No, well, we're in different cities. That's the point, Karl.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.